Today's gonna be one of those vlogs where it's not quality over quantity, it's just more like really bad connection, but it's the hashtag laptop vlog from your laptop challenge, and I'm doing one of those old vlog styles where you sit in front of your computer screen and you just talk about whatever's on your mind, right? And jumbled thoughts. There's this YouTuber by the name of Lena. Maybe you guys know her by Overly Attached Girlfriend. She does this sometimes, but when she's in her car, it's really awesome. But this is going to be really exciting. Something that was in my mind today, or just randomly, came up into my mind. For a while now, one of the biggest things that trends on YouTube is not news, but more drama, so to say. And sometimes it gets to the point where it's not even drama anymore. It's kind of just like people getting angry at one person, or somebody does something and it goes insanely viral, and the person ends up going even more viral because they're getting so much hate. One good example of this, and I hate to bring it up. I don't hate the person, I just hate to bring it up, but I'll just say a girl who was being disrespectful on a certain TV show. So how about that? I'll just say that. That's a really good example of and one of the things I've talked about this before in a video called Stop the Hate or something like that. If you don't like something, or if we don't enjoy something, we shouldn't give the person more attention, because like I said, by doing so, it gives them more attention, which they probably were looking for, and it gives them kind of an advantage, especially if they get a big following from that. Of course, we have people who do get taken down, like if they're doing something really horrible and they're doing something that shouldn't be done, of course, then the attention gets drawn to them and then it gets taken away. But yeah, sometimes that attention shouldn't even be given to that person, because if they're just being overly dramatic, or they're just being rude, or just, kind of like the ignore, and then unless they're being rude to somebody. I don't know. That's what I'm trying to say. But yeah, that was on my mind. And also just I don't know, today's also the last day that I'm going to have to be dealing with this internet. And also, the other day when I uploaded my 7 megabytes per second thing, and I was complaining about it, or not really complaining, but just whining about it. I started thinking, and I was like, I've talked a lot about things that I have to be grateful for, and grateful for the moment, and grateful for all that stuff. And, that video kind of came off as me saying, oh, my life is horrible, first world problem, because of internet, and that shouldn't be the case. That's really bad if I, start going back to that mentality that I have to be uploading a video every single day. Of course, I enjoy doing it, but it's, not a priority, if that makes any sense. It's second priorities. I saw this video with priorities, now jumping into priorities. I saw this video, and it was on Facebook, talking about, there's a teacher that comes and fills a jar with ping pong balls, and the teacher says, is the jar full? And the students say, yes, it's full. You can't fit no more ping pong balls in it. And the teacher grabs beads, fills the container with beads, over it, and then he says, is it full now? And the students again say, yes, it's full. Now the teacher grabs some sand, pours it in, and there's still sand. And I mean, there's still room for the sand. And then the teacher says, is it finally full now? The students say yes, when really it's not, because of course the teacher goes and grabs, let's replace this. Some of you already know what the ending is. Let's replace it with Coke, or not Coke. Oh my goodness, I'm going in different directions. Raw David. Oh, this is the part that I would edit out, but I'm not editing out. Then the teacher, let's just say he grabs some soda, or he grabs whatever, insert your favorite beverage, whatever beverage you'd like, and he inserts it, and it's still, that's where it ends. And the teacher says, see, the ping pongs are your main priorities in life, like your family, your friends, and all the important people in your life. And if you fill first the whole thing with sand, which is just problems or just or third worries, or just like, like internet and your social what is it, popularity, all that stuff. And the second, if you just fill it with the second one, which is just your job, worrying about money, worrying about all that secondary stuff, if you end up filling your life with all that stuff and you don't pay attention to the first things, and you fill in first with the sand and you fill it in first with the beads, you don't have time for your priorities. And it's important to put your priorities first. And that's something else that I've been thinking about, just like, like, it's good to make time for this, but it's also not a priority. But also, just tomorrow I'll be getting better connection, so I won't be having to freak out about, like, it's gonna take me an hour to upload this, which probably will. Now it's like at 6 minutes. I need to stop right here. Here's just some of my thoughts and just rawness from a webcam. So I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, leave me a comment, or tell me what you thought about the whole story. If you had already heard it, what your thoughts are on it, and what are your priorities, or who are the important people in your life. And yeah, make sure that you live life, you do it right, you keep on smiling, and catch you on the flippity flop. You're all awesome. You seriously are. Like, it truly does make me happy to see that there's a community on here. And just sometimes I go back to Beam thoughts and stuff, and like, Beam was a great place, but it was just a place, and the community, to see that it still exists, and I've repeated this 1,000 times, still looks awesome. And even those people who weren't from Beam and that are still following this whole community, it's awesome. Anyways, I'll link Lena's channel here with her thoughts, and I'll put something else here. I don't know what I'll put over there, and just subscribe or whatever. I don't know. Live life, do it right, keep on smiling. Bye.